questions all mapped out. Cool.
Yeah. All right, so I'm here with Imperial Triumphant, and I got a few questions for you guys. So, how has the tour been so far?
Tour's been great, actually. It's been probably one of the best tours we've been on. Our Norwegian brothers are awesome to hang out with, and we've been having some great shows and good turnouts, good response to the music.
I gotta say the response has been strongest of all of our tours, and like in a way I didn't even think it was a thing where people were like coming up to us saying like, I'm so happy to see you guys play. You guys blew my mind. It made me so happy. I was like, it's not really like a happy music, but if that's the effect, then it's super important.
Maybe perhaps the word is catharsis.
Oh, they use happy, man.
Well, I mean, they say happy, but they might mean...
Oh, no, they mean catharsis, for sure. Yeah.
So, has anything crazy happened to you guys yet?
Oh, boy. Well, Steve this morning had to lockpick one of the set of keys we have out of our steering wheel because one of the Nords plugged in a house key instead of the actual van key. And just shoved it in there.
It was a honest mistake. But the key was stuck in the cylinder, and we had to literally locksmith it out. So that got
with a paperclip.
Yeah.
I don't think
and WD-40.
Super crazy happened.
Nothing really crazy, other than our trailer has been leaking on our gear. We had to drive through a crazy storm in Florida, and we got water on our gear, which is not fun.
Yeah, that's not.
We watched two cars drive off a highway.
Oh yeah, that's true. We did. We saw two cars drive off a highway.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I seduced a journalist to let the whole tour package stay at her place.
Really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
She didn't want to let all of them. She didn't want to let all of them stay, and then I just enforced my will. I'm just fucking with you.
No, she was very nice.
She was the nicest woman and was so generous. And if she's listening to this, then thank you so much.
Thank you, Emily. Seriously.
Yeah, Emily, you rock.
So, other than Norgevel, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's like a YJ.
Norgevel is cool.
Okay.
They don't give a fuck.
Okay.
They're pretty forgiving.
Have you guys enjoyed playing with any other bands that you've heard on tour so far?
That's a great question.
Oh yes, there was a band actually in New Orleans. I forget their name.
Witch Burial.
Witch Burial.
Incredible.
Actually, we thought they were quite good, and they were very cool guys, and very interesting to play with them.
That's a guy who means it.
Yeah,
He's not bullshitting.
He's not messing around.
He means that.
Good band, good vibes in New Orleans actually.
Yesterday we played with this really tight band, Deicide.
Yeah.
They were pretty good.
They were pretty tight.
They've done their homework.
Just give them a couple years, you're gonna see their name.
You're gonna see
the name of the lights.
Yeah.
These kids are going somewhere.
Yeah.
Are you guys working on any more music?
Yeah, we got a new album coming down the pipeline. It's about 80% finished now, and it's just kind of like the next step. We're never gonna put out the same record.
Yeah.
So we took a little time to figure out how to get darker and weirder and less predictable. And we finally found like a pocket of space where we can build here.
Hard work.
Hard work, yeah.
It's also the first album that's kind of like in a while that's been actually group written. A lot of this time around, all the individual band members are contributing music, but at the same time, the vast majority is still going to be something where.
Hey, buddy.
Where
remember
more
which one
group
goes
writing.
Yeah.
Where it's a lot more. We're in a room together, just making music and playing and jamming, as opposed to, hey, I was writing the score down, or I have this recorded idea, or I got this thing, or hey, I wrote a song and you guys just learn it. Like this is a little bit more like we're actually creating not just the music, but the arrangements, the sonic ideas, all the things we're going to add to the stuff later on, and as well as the vibe is it's more of a core unit writing and playing together, as opposed to this collective of people who all have different ideas who are just kind of putting them to a greater skeleton. So it's gonna feel much different than the previous records, and we're gonna track a lot of it live.
Yeah.
A lot of it's actually gonna be recorded with the three of us in the room at the same time.
Okay.
So, which is, not always the most common approach with this kind of music, but also even in records past, we've almost always tracked individually, never with another person. So it's exciting to kind of try something new.
Yeah.
And we're doing it with Colin Marson over at his spot in Ridgewood. So he's kind of a good pick for somebody who's local and kind of understands how to capture bands that way.
That's Queens, New York.
Queens, New York, yeah,
Okay.
Ridgewood. I mean, it's kind of the new pseudo-trendy area, but not really, because it sucks.
I gotcha. So, are there any bands you guys think are really underrated?
Ooh.
Most.
So much
This is such a
music.
good question. I've been like not bragging, but I've been talking about this band forever, Odraza from Poland. I think it's probably their fault that nobody knows who the fuck they are. They're probably just lazy
Yeah.
and not promoting themselves properly. But they have the one album out that's just so good and so just structurally and it's so out. I really like it. I think they're very underrated. What about you guys?
I mean, the only music I'm listening to right now is really old
Yeah.
and Portal. That's pretty much the only thing I'm listening to right now. So none of which is underrated, probably.
I'd say
I don't know.
Portal.
Portal's
Stravinsky
pretty
might be
underground.
underrated, but
I
you know.
think Portal is rated just perfect.
Yeah, they're rated just perfectly.
Can you think of anything off the top of your head?
It's tricky.
Tough question.
Yeah.
It's tough because there's a lot of bands I
So
think
much
should be
great
more deserving of
Yeah.
what attention they get. I guess Child Abuse is one. Like, if I could just think of something off the top of my head about just a band that's kind of interesting, it's in its own hemisphere and still kind of secluded, that would be one. But
They need a break.
most bands, I mean, even most bands, whatever level they're at, they probably actually deserve more because
Yeah.
this is a kind of music that's still pretty unforgiving. It's still harder work than a lot of other styles of music
Yeah.
or fields of music. So most bands are more deserving of what they're getting right now. It's hard for me to pinpoint.
Yeah. What are your guys' biggest influences? Like even outside of music, what are they?
Outside of music.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, a lot of stuff. I mean, design, physics, the universe, great films. Films with huge vision.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you're familiar with Stanley Kubrick, the filmmaker, but
Yeah.
a lot of his films, I think,
I heard he faked the moon landing.
it's very possible. I'm down with that, but there's no way to know for sure, right? So yeah, stuff like that. A lot of Art Deco stuff.
Very
New
inspired by
York City.
Like I lived my whole life in New York and I never looked up because why would I? And then
Yeah.
a few years ago I was starting to look around like a tourist would, and I was like, it's quite fucking nice.
You were like, holy shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is some ancient shit.
Yeah.
You look at these skyscrapers built probably almost 100 years ago now.
They all look like ancient Egypt.
Yeah, and they were built before computers and all this things that we all have now. And it's just like, how the fuck did you put a gigantic chrome piece in the sky like that? It's unbelievable. And I think subconsciously maybe it just soaks into the way I write or the way we play together, and I don't think we would sound the same if we grew up, here or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York City is definitely a big influence on just everything that we do, just because it's impossible for it not to be, you know what I mean? And many layers, not just aesthetically, but also like the feeling, the underbelly of it, the apex of evil that's also there, including all the great stuff, so kind of a mix.
Loneliness.
Yeah, super.
Yeah.
The isolation of it.
Unbelievable paradox where you're surrounded by people at all times, and yet sometimes you feel incredibly lonely and isolated because it's nobody talks to each other. It's not a friendly town in that sense.
It's filthy too.
It's not a melting
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, it's also filthy.
Yeah, I got you.
pot. Yeah, it's not a melting pot.
No.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
So I've also seen pictures of you guys. I don't know if you do it at every show, but with like masks on. So like, how did you choose like those as stage outfits?
It's like an evolution of things, right? I mean,
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out proper visual aesthetic to the music. I think that's really important, and we're trying to come up with something unique because it's, you know, the corpse painting up, it just didn't suit us and the style of music we play, and we very inspired by Metropolis, you know, who's the big robot in this movie.
Yeah.
And so we kind of got this idea of like gold masks, and they were like, so we had them designed and then 3D printed and then gold leafed, and each one is like slightly different and super fucking cool. And it's kind of changed the whole live show now. We're just building around this and expanding on this Art Deco moment.
That's pretty cool. Do you guys have like a favorite release you've done? Like even if it's, I think you only have like 2 full-length albums, so like
Yeah.
even like including EPs and everything, do you have like a specific favorite release?
I like everything, really. I like the EP that was put out with some of the newer material. That's sort of like a kind of preview into the direction the band's going in. You know what I mean?
Our new EP, Alcest on Redefining Records.
Redefining Darkness Records.
Redefining Darkness Records.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I think, and this is going to sound super pretentious, but I really like the new shit we're doing. It's some of the work I'm most proud of, and I just can't wait to hear it like finalized and complete. I think that'll probably be my favorite.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, I do like all of it. I love playing all of it. You know, so.
Okay. Do you guys have any future tour plans?
Yeah,
Playing Giant Stadium, I think.
Giant Stadium. Then we got that residency at MSG.
Right, yeah. Every week we'll be at.
Every week after
Billy Joel.
Doing the late set.
They let us play while we sweep the floor.
Yeah, right.
No. We're playing Louisville Death Fest.
September, right?
In September, and we've been talking to some of our local New Yorkers, like Huron and Artificial Brain, about maybe doing like a little mini tour around that. So we might do that, and then
Love Artificial Brain, love those guys, by the way.
Great band. We also
Both
just
those
need to
guys,
like
yeah.
buckle down and finish writing in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's probably gonna be all the touring we do unless something insane comes along. Just because we need to like hammer this fucker out now that we're charged up.
So, do you guys have like a favorite and least favorite thing about touring?
Yeah.
Favorite thing about touring is getting to play the music in different places for different people. And, you know, the hang, as long as it's cool. Least favorite thing about touring is probably probably like drives and bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
I'll leave it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The hang is crucial.
Yeah.
The camaraderie you get from just blowing out in the fucking van is so nice. Such a nice escape, and like this world you go in where like all your priorities are just minimalized to like 4 things, you know, and just so simple. And yeah, all the suffering you do, driving and sleeping in shitty environments, is all just balanced by like playing for people that come up to you and say, wow, you blew my mind, I'm so happy I came, I had no idea this was going to be so great. Shit like that. I was like re-energized.
Yeah.
The best thing and worst thing personally are the same thing. It would be people.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Because making music with your bandmates or your friends, if you're lucky, not every band gets along,
Right,
even though they make great music, but luckily we all get along.
Yeah.
Making music with your friends, hanging with the boys of the tour, getting to meet other musicians, other people, other fans, connecting with people. That's the best part of it, is being a human being, being present.
Yeah.
The worst part of it is when said species decides to be shitty. Almost all of your most annoying experiences on the road are going to be because somebody else didn't do something, or said something, or took something, or just brought an energy to the situation that didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
or it causes havoc amongst the core. So it's just like life. The best and worst things about life are just people.
Like Sartre said, hell is other people.
Do you want to ask them anything?
Man, you asked some really good questions.
That's a good question.
Tell us a fun fact about yourself. Just something
fun fact?
Anything out of the ordinary, or something maybe not metal related. I don't know.
First thing that popped in my mind is like,
Paper or plastic? I don't know. Sorry.
a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually a Jew.
Oh,
I'm from New York, so I am circumcised.
cool.
Okay, fun fact about you.
Shit, I don't know. I don't think I'm that
That's the
interesting.
weirdest thing I could think of.
Yeah, me either. I got nothing. All I care about is music. I don't give a shit about anything else, really.
Okay, I got one more question for you guys. Okay, so I've noticed that New York black metal is kind of its like own little subgenre with the black metal. Like, do you guys have any ideas why that might be?
Because people like to compartmentalize. Everyone likes to put things in boxes and in little boxes and store them, put a label on it and package it. It's just music. It's just music.
No, bro, you have to admit, like, New York has an influence on bands.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, New York has its own collection of bands that have
You
their
can-
own sound that are
Yeah.
directed,
That goes,
like you said.
that goes beyond the metal scene.
Yeah.
New York music scene in general
Yeah, it's
has
all
always
connected.
been, something that's just stands out
Yeah,
on its own.
but you already said that earlier, so I didn't feel the need to say it
It's a
again.
challenging place to live.
Yeah.
And that has an impact on how you create or how you articulate your creative
And that's ultimately
ideas.
where the differences end.
Yeah.
The environment informs the New York bands,
Yeah.
how they do what they do, but it's metal. It's still metal. It's
Yeah,
still black
yeah.
metal. It's still, we're all listening to the same music. We're getting inspired by a lot of the same bands and we have the same idols, as it were.
Yeah.
But we express them as individuals. We express them in our own way. So it's, yeah, sure, we're all part of a scene, but the bands don't really sound alike. They don't write
Right.
the same way. They don't
No.
use
Yeah.
the same kind of gear. They don't.
Yeah.
We all play 5150s.
Well, it's because you guys are broke. It's and you can find them everywhere. But it's, I don't know, the hyper labeling thing. It's just like you see how it takes place in the world and how it affects everything, and it's like kind of don't want to be associated with all that.
I gotta jive with Kenny because music is music, right? And then it's like either good music or bad music, really when it comes down to it. But I think people get kind of stuck and not able to listen to other things as a result of these kind of categories or compartmentalizations.
Yeah, I can see that a lot.
Yeah.
We want all kinds at our shows.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a metalhead to like this band.
I mean, our background musically is pretty big.
Yeah.
It's pretty broad.
There's a fun fact. We are predominantly not metal players.
Yeah.
Like the
You know.
vast majority of what we do falls in the world of jazz music or classical or salsa or Brazilian or gypsy or all kinds of
all
stuff.
kinds of stuff that we like, and I grew up listening to metal, but I love Stravinsky, but I also am a jazz piano player, but I'm the bass player with these guys in Imperial
Well, it's good to be
Triumphant.
well-rounded.
Yeah, and all three of us are,
That's why
are
this
like
works,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing's off the table when we write, which is fun.
And all are welcome.
Yeah.
So you guys have anything you want to say to your fans before we go?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
And keep an eye out because we got
We got a well of
we're
cool
still on the,
stuff
we're
that
still
we're
on the
working on.
incline.
Yeah.
Things are just getting started.
Yeah, check on the social pages and all the other fun internet-oriented things that people like to click and slide and look and stare at. We'll be there posting things, probably posting a lot more videos of us demonstrating stuff and playing stuff, clips of the upcoming music, so, keep tabs.
Stay tuned, kids.
Thank you guys so much for doing the interview.
Yeah, thank you.